This is Dan of Vagabond Buddha discussing our visit to Medellin, Colombia. Colombia is the 63rd country I've visited since leaving the United States in 2007. Don't take notes as you listen. Everything I say is in writing with Google links to the places I discussed. Just visit the links below this YouTube video or Google Vagabond Buddha Medellin to find links to everything mentioned in this video. Medellin, top things to do, favorite restaurants, and money-saving tips. Top 10 things to do in Medellin, Comuna 13. This was the most impactful experience in Medellin with the most beautiful street art or graffiti you've ever seen. This is a story about homeless people who squatted on land in the hills above Medellin. People go to see the most beautiful street art in the world and hear a story of a community shunned by society. Community 13 built cardboard houses and lived without city water, electricity, sewer, or police protection for decades. They formed a community to help take care of each other and were eventually attacked by the Medellin police, drug cartels, rebels, and vigilantes. They survived all of this for decades and are now the most interesting community in Medellin. This is a must-see in Medellin, whether or not you are a fan of graffiti. Here are links to the 3 tours recommended. We went on tour 3, but would do tour 1 or 2 if we could do it again. Number 2, Michelada. This tour was our favorite in Medellin. This tour is called the Rock of Guatape tour. It includes number 2, number 3, and number 4 on this top 10 list. This tour starts with a drive through the most beautiful, lushly green rolling hills. You will see how rural Colombians have lived for hundreds of years in this gorgeous landscape. You then stop for breakfast in the quaint village of Michelada. There you will see the gorgeous town square framed with colonial era buildings and the village church. Next, you will visit the Rock of Guatape and the town of Guatape, the next 2 destinations on our Medellin top 10 list. Number 3, the Rock of Guatape. After visiting the town of Michelada, your tour will continue through more beautiful rolling hills along a beautiful lake to the base of one of the largest rocks in the world. Optionally, you can enjoy lake views from the base or climb the 740 steps to the most spectacular view from the top of the rock. You'll be surrounded by a beautiful lake with many islands and a stunning view of the lush rolling hills. Make sure to have a mango popsicle when you reach the top. After a traditional lunch of chicken, beef, or vegetarian, the tour will continue in the town of Guatape. Guatape, number 4 on the top 10 list. Guatape is the most colorful village I have seen in Colombia, and that really means something. Each home has a painted mural on the front in vibrant colors that tells you who lives there based upon the kind of work they do. After a guided tour of some of the most beautiful murals, you will take a boat ride around Guatape Lake. You're then given about an hour of free time to take as many pictures of the colorful village before the tour returns to Medellin. Links to this tour are on the webpage. Number 5, Pablo Escobar tour. We had watched the Netflix series Narcos, so we wanted to see some of the places shown in the series. There are several possible tours you can take. Our tour visited the Escobar's home called Monaco in the El Poblado neighborhood. It is an 8,000 square meter mansion in the wealthiest neighborhood of Medellin. We also visited one of the neighborhoods that Escobar built for people who were literally living in a city dump. Escobar built homes for hundreds of families and gave them to them mortgage-free. Next, we visited La Catedral, the prison Escobar built for himself before he surrendered to the Colombian government. Finally, we visited the graveyard where Escobar is buried with his mother and his driver. I'm not recommending the tour we took, but here are a few other tours I would take if I was going to do it today. They're in the links you'll find below this video. Number 6, El Poblado. We were told this is the most desirable neighborhood in Medellin, where most foreigners and expats live. It was what we expected. You might as well stay at home. It was a crowded, expensive tourist trap and looks and feels much like living in the USA. What is the point of visiting a foreign country if you're going to get the flavor of, if you're not going to get the flavor of the place? If you need some special product that is only available in the USA, Europe, or the UK, then the mall in El Poblado is likely to be worth a visit. Otherwise, I would check out Lorelas. That was our favorite neighborhood in Medellin. That's number 7 on the list, Lorelas. This is a beautiful neighborhood of people who are Colombian and some tourists. You can watch Colombians, you can eat with Colombians, and have fun with Colombians in a safe, beautiful neighborhood. Our condo on the 14th floor was fully furnished with a fully equipped kitchen, a desk workspace for digital nomads, and city and mountain views. You'll be surrounded by international and Colombians, restaurants, nightclubs, discotheques, live music, casinos, family grocery stores, and high-quality international grocery stores. Plus, you'll be in walking distance to the Lorelas Estadio transit station to visit other parts of Medellin. Number 8, I've posted a free downtown Medellin walk. Just go to the web page and click on it to get a Google map or insert the following 5 destinations in your smartphone. This is a daytime walk. At night, it could be dangerous. There are 4 sites you should see on this walk. I'm not going to pronounce them well. Just go to the link and click it, and it'll show you the map through these. But I'll try. Parque de las Luces. It's these tall, skinny lights that are in a park. Number 2, Basilica of Our Lady of La Candelaria. This is a colonial era church that's on this walk. Palacio de la Culture Rafael Uribe, a gorgeous building that you must visit while you're there. And Plaza Botero, this is the famous artist Botero. There's all the large sculptures in the plaza. And number 5, Museo de Antioquia. This is a museum with modern art that you should visit that's in the plaza. In order to get there, take the metro to the San Antonio station to start. Take an Uber to the stop if you don't know how to get to a metro station. When you get to Palacio de la Cultura, which is number 3 on the list, make sure to go inside and walk up the stairs all the way to the outside patios on top. The entrance is on the east side, and the guards will make you register with your name, country, email, and phone number, but there's no fee. Walk up one staircase and down another. It's about 5 stories high. This walk will give you a real idea of why Colombians should and are proud people. Number 9, the Medellin Metro Sky Tram. Take the Medellin Metro from any station to the San Javier station. It's about $2. At the San Javier station, without leaving the building, go up the escalator and take the Sky Tram all the way to the end. It has several stops along the way, but just stay in your seat. At the top, it turns around and returns you to San Javier station. If you never leave the station, you can go back to the metro stop where you came on the same $2 fare. The Skytram views are the most spectacular in the city. And number 10 in Medellin, Pueblo Paisa. This is a town you can visit for free. You grab a taxi or Uber to a miniature museum village not far from Lorelas called Pueblo Paz. Just walk around and take pictures and visit the museum with pictures of Medellin life over the last 80 years. Again, all 10 of these links are available on the webpage. Just Google Medellin top 10 things to do. Medellin favorite restaurants also on the webpage. Full Arabe. This is an outdoor cafe in Lorelas with amazing Lebanese food. They have both meat and vegetarian dishes, as you would expect at a Lebanese restaurant. Salud Pan. This is a health food restaurant catering to vegans, vegetarians, and meat eaters. It has both traditional Colombian foods and Western style foods. It might be the best restaurant in Lorelas, even if you're not normally a healthy eater. You should feel free to try the special of the day. Olivia Pizzeria. This is very nice food despite being a multi-location restaurant. They have both vegetarian, vegan, and meat choices. The tomato soup is really nice. If you drink beer, ask to have your beer served as Michelada. In Colombia, Michelada means salt rim with lemon juice inside. Orale Mexican restaurant. If pig fat in your beans doesn't bother you, then check out this Mexican restaurant in Lorelas. For your vegetarian or vegan friends, they have a nice guacamole. Vagabond Buddha's Kitchen. We had an amazingly equipped kitchen when we were in Morelos, so the best meals were all at my house. Make sure to pick up some avocados at the grocery store and make some guacamole. See livability food costs below for grocery store locations in Lorelas. Lorelas Park. Again, there's links to all this at the webpage. I preferred Lorelas area in general over El Poblado. El Poblado felt too much like the USA. I did enjoy spending an evening in Lorelas Park, see nightlife below, of El Poblado because of all the restaurants and nightlife. While in Lorelas Park, for people watching, check out 37 Park. And for some decent pizza and a great atmosphere, check out Bonhomia. If you get an itch for some Thai food while in Medellin, check out Royal Thai, also in Lorelas Park. Again, there's links to all these locations on Google Maps at the webpage. Medellin nightlife. There are 2 bar hopping areas I would recommend. They're likely to be safe if you read and follow the Nightlife Safety below. Lorelas Park, I already mentioned that. There are 20 or so fun places within a few blocks of Lorelas Park. But don't wander too far down any side street unless you're in a group of people. Lorelas bar hopping in the neighborhood of Lorelas. Walk only on Carrera 70 between Calle 47D and Circular 1. There's a map. Click the link. Nightlife Safety. Like everywhere else in the world, most people you meet in Colombia will be great, but you need to follow a few simple rules to increase the likelihood that you'll be okay. Stay away from drugs, prostitution, and mixed drinks. Goes without saying, really. Only drink beer brought to you at your table, unopened, and then open your beer yourself. You can use Google Translate to explain this to your server. This applies to men and women. There are many stories online about people meeting extremely beautiful locals for a drink and waking up in the morning with everything gone. Credit cards, ATM cards, computers, jewelry, passport, everything. After they take you back to your room and take your valuables, they will drive you around to multiple ATMs and drain your account. You're not the exception to this rule. The rule is open your beer yourself, hold it in your hand until it's empty. Medellin livability factors. Walkability. Medellin's not really a walkable city in the general sense. It's too spread out, but you can use Uber and the metro to get around. Some neighborhoods are walkable, like Lorelas and Lorelas Park. But at night, I wouldn't walk unless you were in a well-lighted area with many people around you. In general, stay out of situations where you are isolated. At night, I only felt safe walking around Lorelas Park and Lorelas. There's maps to both. Internet. We stayed in a condo and the internet was great, but I hear not all internet systems are so reliable. For digital nomads and people working online, check out a co-working space if you need guaranteed speeds. There's a link. Exercise. We stayed in the Lorelas area of Medellin and ran around the neighborhood for exercise. I also use resistance bands to stay toned because they weigh almost nothing and fit easily into my luggage. Monday, Wednesday, Friday are my runs and resistance band days, and Tuesdays and Thursdays are yoga days. I do yoga with Adrian and Fight Master on YouTube. There's links. Safety. No jewelry, no expensive watches, no conspicuous designer brands, and no $1,200 smartphone should be visible during the day or night. Bring an older smartphone for navigation, internet access, and Uber. Beware of your surroundings and don't walk into isolated places. At night, I only felt safe walking around the Lorelas Park and Lorelas and Lorelas Park. again, maps. If it never hurts to visit the U.S. State Department's travel warnings and check any country you're visiting. There's a link. Food costs. You can save money in Medellin by cooking at home, no doubt. I would say that food costs from the grocery store are about 20 to 30% cheaper than the U.S. The budget grocery stores are even cheaper. There's links to both local stores and international. Weather, just go to Vagabond Buddha, Medellin. The weather in Medellin is very mild. February is the warmest month with temperatures of 17 C or 63 F. And January is the coolest month at 16 C or 61 degrees Fahrenheit. Rain seems to come in bursts, so you can stop for coffee for 20 minutes and then continue your outdoor activity. Bring a light jacket for evenings and keep an umbrella in your day pack. Health risks. Yellow fever shots are required to visit many parts of Colombia, but not Medellin apparently. The CDC and other web pages talk about more dangerous areas in terms of health risks. If you are traveling to any of those locations, get your free yellow fever shot when you land at the Bogota airport. Just have that information desk point you to the vaccinations clinic on the second floor of the airport. But if you need any of the other shots recommended by the CDC or your layover in Bogota is not long enough, get shots before coming to Colombia. Medellin money-saving tricks. SIM card. Unlock your smartphone before arrival. Get a SIM card for about $25 for 4G speeds for a month, which includes internet. Taxi and airport transfers. In a word, Uber. Load Uber on your smartphone before you arrive. I read you should only get in a taxi that you have called first by telephone. Don't ask a random taxi to stop. There's no record of you being with them because you didn't call and register. There is a very small chance you'll get mugged or killed by. Why take the chance? Super important tip. Pick a well-known landmark and select that for your Uber pickup and drop-off location. The drivers don't seem to use addresses in this part of the world. We stayed next to a well-known restaurant in Lorelas, so we gave that as a pickup and drop-off location, and they found it every time. Public transportation. The Medellin Metro works great, but we never tried the buses. Uber was so cheap, $3 to $5 per ride, so we stayed away from the buses. Onward flights. We tried to board our flight from Mexico to Colombia using a one-way ticket. Interjet wouldn't let us board the flight because we had no onward flight or bus leaving Colombia. Onward flight tip. Book on Orbitz and they will let you cancel the ticket if you cancel within 24 hours. Book right before jumping on your flight and cancel when you land. Closing thoughts. I'd heard from digital nomads friends that Colombia was a beautiful spot to visit. I agree 100%. Medellin is a gorgeous place surrounded by green, luscious hills, beautiful people and things to see, a rich and interesting history, workable internet speeds, and a reasonable cost of living. The people of Medellin are proud, and they should be. It is a lovely place. Like many other parts of the world, the people shine even while their government and other influential citizens pay far too little attention to creating an environment that fosters a middle class. Colombia is the 63rd country I've visited since leaving the United States in 2007, and Colombia has been well worth the visit. If you've enjoyed this video, please like the video. Leave on YouTube, leave a comment below, and click subscribe below. To learn more about how I traveled the planet for over 10 years without having a normal job, please visit Vagabond Buddha. The world is your home. What time will you be home for dinner? Below is the cost of living 1 month in Medellin as a temporary visitor. Have an amazing day.